So I think most of the community agrees that repair costs in War Thunder across the board are silly. But when it comes to air sim specifically, they are completely ludicrous. So in the Enduring Confrontation game mode, repair costs work a little bit differently than they do in the rest of the game. So usually with repair costs, if your vehicle gets damaged or destroyed, you would pay the repair cost for that vehicle being destroyed. However, in Sim, the repair cost is turned into something called a spawn cost, and it is something that is pretty much universally hated within the Sim community. For example, you've got the Vegan here, which is something that I've been working on for a video. In fact, this is the reason I'm posting this video, because it's cost me a lot of money to make this video in the first place. The Vegan has a repair cost in Air Realistic of 6,865 Silver Lions. If we switch it over to Simulator Battle Mode and ignore all the pop-ups, we have a repair cost of 23,439. That'd be fine as a repair cost if you got shot down, but that is actually the spawn cost in Sim. That is how much you are having to pay just to even have the privilege of getting into the aircraft. And this is a massive problem for a number of reasons. Reason number one, what happens if you enter a Sim game, get in your jet, which you've paid 23,000 lines to get into, and then the match ends 2 minutes later because tickets have already bled out because you joined the game right at the end? Well, you've lost 23,000 silver lions. There's no way to tell before entering a Sim game how little or how long there is still left in the game before it's essentially over, so you're pretty much gambling your silver lions from the moment you join the game. Now, this is silly for a number of other reasons as well. Say, for example, if you jump into a Sim game with some friends, say you've got a bunch of different jets in your lineup, say going in with the Americans, for example, and you decide to take out your Phantom, but your mates all want to fly on the F-8E instead. Well, you have spawned in your Phantom, so you have got to pay 24,000 Silver Lion spawn cost. If you don't even leave the runway and you just want to change over to a different aircraft, you still pay that spawn cost because you've technically spawned it in the game. So you would then need to pay the spawn cost of your Phantom, and then the spawn cost of changing over to the F-8E Corsair as well, which is another 15,000. So without even leaving the runway, you've already paid 24,000 for the Phantom and 15,000 for the Corsair. For the Crusader, sorry. And all of this has happened without any combat, without you do anything. You're just instantly down Silver Lions, which is absolutely nuts. And this is a problem across the board in Air Sim, particularly when it gets to jets, when it comes to certain repair costs with jets. So let's have a look at some of the troublemakers. So we obviously have the Vegan here, 23,439. I was in a game where I got... Here we go, yeah. 15 plus kills, it was a victory, and I earned 147,240 Silver Lions and 71,000 RP. I only got 7,000 RP because I'm researching a low tier bomber at the moment, but here's the thing, my respawns cost more than my earnings because I got shot down a couple of times. I still lost Silver Lions on a 15 kill game, which is absolutely just unacceptable. Oh, Japan. Now this is a great one. Let's have a look at this. So the Kai Phantom, 68,308 Silver Lions. In fact, just to prove a point, I'm gonna waste Silver Lions just to crew this bastard up. There you go, 300,000 Silver Lions already down the drain without even using it yet. Let's find a room. Yep, there's a EC7 in Vietnam. We're just going to take part here. And before we even leave the runway, we will already be nearly 70,000 Silver Lions out of pocket because we have to pay a spawn cost and not a repair cost. Now, back in the day, such an absurdly high spawn cost could be justifiable before all of the economic changes happened in Sim and you were making 1 or 2 million Silver Lions in a game. But since then, Gaijin has nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed the economy in Sim to the point where most tiers you're barely breaking even as it is, so I really don't see any justification for a Phantom to have a 68,308 Silver Lion spawn cost. So let's just click on the airfield, go to battle, not worrying about any loadouts. I don't have my joystick plugged in at the moment, so forgive me, and if we go and J out, we've lost 68,000 Silver Lions just by spawning in. So there we go. I left the game, but negative 68,308 Silver Lions just for spawning. That wasn't for repairing the aircraft. Like, the aircraft wasn't damaged. I didn't crash. I didn't even bloody take off. I just spawned it into the game. But I had to pay Papa Gaijin 68,000 Silver Lions to do so. This is the only game mode where this mechanic exists, and it needs to go away. It needs to go away now. When we spawn in Sim, it should be free like you have in other game modes. If we get shot down, we should pay the repair costs like in other game modes. The other thing, which is a big problem here that someone, Wiggling Dragon, mentioned on the forums, is when you're in RB or AirB and your plane gets damaged or your tank gets damaged, you have the option to turn on or off the automatic repairing of vehicles, like down here. So basically, if your aircraft is damaged and you don't want to pay the repair cost, you can just choose to not fly it out for a couple of days, and that repair cost will get reduced as it automatically begins repairing itself. That isn't an option in Sim because of the way these spawn mechanics work. So basically, if you want to lose a crap ton of money and be miserable and salty at the game mechanics, definitely play Air Sim at the moment, because the spawn mechanics are fucking ridiculous. And I'm sorry if I sound a bit angry at the moment, because I am. Because this has been an issue in Sim for a very long time, and it has only been made worse because of the nerfs to the economy, to the point where it's like, oh, you know, we've been told that, you know, you're not meant to make Silver Lions in top tier at all. I'm sorry, but you can't even make Silver Lions in fucking mid-tier anymore. I mean, look, 30,000 repair costs for an SM92. Look at this. This is a battle rating 3.7 bomber with a repair cost of 40,860 to spawn, okay? So before you've even taken off, good luck making that back without being shot down. Like, you would need to do multiple bombing runs and not get destroyed. That is unacceptable. Now, some of these repair costs have been brought in to curb people that were abusing the mechanics of the game with these aircraft in the past. Well, a lot of those mechanics can't be abused anymore because Gaijin has changed so much on the game mode, but they've done shit all when it comes to changing the repair costs to bring it more back into balance. So, I implore them to make these changes, and in fact, a forum post has been put up on the website to that effect. So if you're like me, and you're getting rather sick of going bankrupt because of the spawn mechanic system in War Thunder Sim, please go and make your voice known in this forum post, because the more people we get involved with this, the quicker it'll be addressed. And this is an issue that I will be constantly raising with the developers until somebody actually acknowledges that it is a problem. Because it is a problem, and it needs to change. Now.